Start the recording. We'll jump into it. Alrighty, we have a few questions. I'll get to those real quick in the Facebook group, and then we'll move forward. Jennifer Joyce says, when paying with Wise, should I select other or services for category for what the payment is for? You can put services. I don't remember ever having to select that on Wise, but I imagine services would be fine. I shifted my channel to a branded account, and I noticed a feature that said allow viewers to clip my content. Should that be checked yes or unchecked? I would check it as yes. I'm fine with that, with people clipping my content, because it's pretty much sharing my content in that regards. So I don't have a problem with it, but if you want to leave it unchecked just in case you really don't want your content being out there like that, then you could always do that. But I have it checked as yes. Ray Deeden said, can we use the short strategy on our current channels as long as they are related to our niche? So the video you're referencing right here, so those videos that I make on YouTube, I don't make those videos anymore. That was since I'm moving more towards business B2B content. But for that type of video, because it was only 8 minutes long, there's a lot of context that I left out as far as strategies to avoid copyright and that kind of stuff. So just if you want to take other people's content and upload it to shorts, it needs to be pretty original in the sense that you're modifying it as far as the sound, the visuals, like putting a filter and subtitling. You could do that. There's channels that are literally taking people's TikToks and Instagram Reels and they're uploading them to YouTube Shorts, but I would just play it on the safe side, especially if it's going to be on your main channel. So yes and no. I didn't really dive into the specifics of how to avoid copyright, which I probably should have in those videos. But you probably saw all the comments. It actually makes the videos go more viral because people are saying oh, this is copyright, this is copyright. So there was a sensational strategy there too. But obviously for everyone in here, I would let you know okay, that's not going to work, but definitely you want to watch out for copyright issues with that, just like we've talked about on all our calls. Charles says, tax question. Are 1099s typically issued to contractors overseas if these are claimed as expenses? So in my business, no. I'm just speaking off my own personal experience. I would contact your CPA and ask for their professional advice. But my CPA, he does not issue 1099s because they're overseas. And according to IRS law, and you don't have to issue 1099s to overseas international contractors. But again, do your own research. That's just what I do for mine. So no, I don't issue any 1099s to my team in the Philippines. Wade said, I'm not all the way through. Welcome, Wade, new member here. I'm not all the way through the trainings yet, so forgive me if some of these get answered later in the course. Why vidIQ versus TubeBuddy? Can we use TubeBuddy instead? Yeah, you're welcome to use TubeBuddy. It's a great tool as well. I prefer vidIQ. It's just preference, personal preference, but I have clients that use TubeBuddy as well. I have clients that use both. So it's really up to you. I'm sure both of them, I'm sure TubeBuddy has a free feature as well to where you could use the tool for free. So, if you want to use both, that's fine. Or if you want to use TubeBuddy, that's great as well. Number two, why not hire a manager first, then the team? That way the manager can help build the team and scale to multiple channels. I mean, from a business perspective, that seems, that would seem smarter, but the issue is we need to get the channel profitable. So most clients that come in here, I want to make sure that they get at least their first channel profitable before scaling, because there is, and this is the way I did it too, is there's, more complexity as you add more teams, especially if you're brand new to this business model. I would say if you're a brand new beginner and you have no business experience, it's best to just start off with one channel. and scale from there. But, if you have experience in this niche or, managing teams and stuff like that, you can always have multiple channels. We have clients that do that as well. Number 3, do I need to incorporate into an entity for tax purposes? So again, this is something you're going to want to ask your CPA, but how I personally do it is I have a business AdSense account, and then all my channels are tied to that one business AdSense. And that's just under one, my LLC. You don't need multiple LLCs for each channel. That, you don't need to get complicated like that. This is just a media, you could already have an LLC that's established, and this would just be a media branch of that LLC. So, I would say once you're like, for my tax person said, like, once I started making 6 figures from my channels, he said that I need to be getting 1099 from YouTube, from Google, to my business EIN instead of my personal social security number. I don't know why, he just preferred that. So that's really up to your CPA and how they want to do it, but that's how mine did it. So yeah, I have it through my LLC. Mike said, not sure if I'll be able to make the call, but I have some questions. If
I made the publish.
Oh, Mike, you here? Cool. Nice. Sorry, I didn't see you there. Okay, so you publish 47 videos, use 50 sproutgigs per video. If we select watch time of 6 or 9 minutes, do we verify that they've watched the selected time? My understanding is that if you skip ahead, YouTube knows that and you'll not count the skip minutes. So yeah, there's ways to mitigate this because sometimes the Sprout gig workers or micro workers will skip ahead. What some clients have done is they'll say, how many times was this particular keyword said in the video? Like, I don't know, like the word red, right? Or how many times did you see a girl in the video? Right. So that's ways to kind of mitigate that, because then they definitely have to watch all the way through to see how many times a certain person was shown or a certain word was said in the script. I think going off of what was shown in the video is better, because if you go off a certain word in the script, they could always pull up the script of the actual video and then just count it in there. So I had a client that came up with that. Like, there's a certain maybe something little animation that's shown in the video a few times, and they asked them to state how many times they saw that animation. So that's one way to mitigate that.
And then you're on that same note, are you automating the answer? Because I know there's that feature where when you're approving the work, there's that automation tool where you can put in the question. Does that make sense to put it there? Or?
I don't think I've had anyone put it there, but it makes sense, because like if you're auto approving, but the thing is, because if they get the number wrong, maybe they were one word off or one number off, then you'd be like, maybe they just genuinely didn't see it. If there was a word said 5 times, maybe they put 4 and they genuinely just didn't hear it 5 times.
Yeah, that's fair.
It just would be too stringent, and you probably wouldn't have, maybe out of 50 Sprout Gigs workers, you would only have 3 approved or like 10 approved, because sometimes maybe they're 1 or 2 numbers off. But if the word was said like 18 times and they say 3 times, then, then obviously they didn't do the job. So this is number 2. Part of what we're paying for per video is having them subscribe, but I've noticed that 98% of the same Sprout Gigs workers reappear on every video. So in essence, I'm only getting 5 to 10 new subscribers per video. Is there a workaround for that? Yeah, there's really no workaround for that, because, obviously the ones that do subscribe probably remain subscribed because they want to keep coming back and doing your jobs. But really the subscription part is just to expedite getting to that 1,000 subscriber mark. So, if you're getting 5 to 10 new subscribers per order, at least you're, reaping some benefit. But
Okay.
After you hit the monetization, you don't even have to include that in your requirements to subscribe.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, a bunch of great questions. Let's go ahead and jump into Q&A. I think Jade has a question. Jade?
It always takes me a minute to find them, unmute. Okay, a couple things. I'm having a hard time when I post something in the group. I can't find it. And I'm posted it this time to I think to the correct group. Maybe you can find it, and maybe you answered it already. So
yeah, let me see.
Oh yeah. I think I posted it to the correct group.
I'm looking for, okay, there we go. The last post I see from you is, yeah, no, the last one I saw from you was like in December.
Yeah, so I don't know why it's not going through. Like, are these posts moderated by any chance?
No, there's no moderation in the foundations group.
Oh, weird. I don't know why it didn't. Okay, so here's my question. I'll wait for now on. So, okay, so last week you mentioned that one of your, I asked the question about, can we refer to another channel that we admire to get the traffic? And you said, yeah, one of your people, in the group puts it in the description. So I just want to clarify, should I put, like, I use the example in my post of like Stephen Colbert. Do I write, because Stephen Colbert's, the channel name is different than the handle. So do I write the handle name or do I write the channel name?
I would write the channel name. Yeah.
The channel name, not so like say Stephen Colbert's channel is called The Stephen Colbert Show, and then his handle is Colbert Official or something like that. So just put the channel name, and
yeah,
and so no @ symbol, nothing like that, just the channel name.
Yeah, I would just put the channel name.
So inspired by The Stephen Colbert Show, which is, and I'm not following him, but okay. So then another quick question is, I got through one of your modules and you named all the things that we should be doing at a certain stage, and I was all but one, and it had to do with having people sign an NDA. So I missed that section. If by chance you know of where that is, tell me, or maybe you can quickly review. Like, so I have 3 people, right? Most of us have 3 people. We have the editor of the script, we have the voice artist. We have the writer, voice artist, and the editor. So do I do an NDA for all 3 people?
That's the protocol I do. I just have every new team member that onboards just sign an NDA. Yeah.
And then, okay, do you know where that is, or can somebody on your team like text me or message me?
Yeah, it should be in Teachable under that module. Do you not see it there?
I just don't know which module it's in.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can find it real quick.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah, let me log in real quick.
And while you're doing that, I'll ask my other question if you can multitask.
Okay. I'm bad at multitasking, but
okay, then
I'll do my best. It's under I have it right here. It says copyrights and NDAs under the Fast Track Framework to Profits. Yep.
Okay. I'm going to write that down. I'm not in the group anymore. So it's under copyrights and NDAs. Okay. I don't know why.
Yeah, which is the 3rd kind of big module. Yep.
Okay. So then I'm working with some people who are not from your team, from like, hired through the training through you guys. And they charge an extra fee, like one of my voice artists charges me X amount per word, and then like a $10 fee for that he doesn't have the copyright. So should I get that in writing, that he's not going to try to, that he for sure doesn't own these words?
That's a strange one. I've never encountered someone.
They're all doing, most of the people from Fiverr. That's like the new thing. That's why I'm not actually going to Fiverr anymore. People on Upwork don't do that, but people on Fiverr are saying it's X amount per word and then this amount per fee to own the voice art. And I'm like, that's, it was
Yes.
new to me. So I guess I should get that in writing that they have no.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to be safe, but that's kind of weird that they're charging for that. Yeah, if you want to be safe, I would include that. But again, you have to think about, okay, well, even if you did take their voiceover or whatever, are they really going to come after you and try to,
Right.
hire an attorney?
I might as well just I'll you know what? Someone just wrote, I have it in my contract. I'm gonna do that.
Yeah.
But I'll add it into the contract. Well, great. I'm gonna if we have time, we'll circle back. As always, I have more questions. But
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good, Jade. But yeah, thank you, Jennifer, for chiming in with that. Roger.
Hey, Ryan, can you go over your process for looking and evaluating like the videos that you want to pick to model? I know you did that in the Teachable course and looked at vidIQ and stuff, but I've been doing the same thing, and I find that my prediction on what will actually take off is completely out of whack with reality. So I just kind of wonder, in vidIQ or whatever other tools that you use, what numbers are you looking at? What's your rubric?
Yeah. So do you have like 3 channels that you typically model, 3 to 5 channels?
Yeah.
Okay. So I start there, and then I do a mix of maybe 2 out of the 5 videos. I'll replicate some of their older content that did very well, maybe hundreds of thousands of views, if not millions. And then I replicate their newer content from the last 3 weeks and see, out of the last 3 weeks, what are their most popular topics. And that's pretty much how I do it. I keep it pretty simple. And you could see like the keywords too, that they're the popular topic, the keywords in that particular video. Okay, maybe that was a recent headline. Yeah, that's pretty much how I do it. I don't really keep it, I don't really complicate it too much. Like, I don't search on vidIQ too much for particular keywords. Just because I found that vidIQ is a little bit of a lagging indicator. So they're not kind of up to real-time speed on what's really going viral. But I guess what area did you have the most trouble with? Is it finding a particular video, or is it finding a particular keyword phrase to make a video about?
Yeah, I guess it's the keyword phrase. I have no trouble finding videos to model, but even if I model something similar, it doesn't seem to take off the same way.
Okay. Yeah, I'd have to look at your channel. I remember you did have a couple viral videos though, correct?
Yeah, a couple of them. Yeah, early on. But then since then, any like new let's say car reviews, those don't necessarily do well.
I see. Yeah, especially the car ones. Those are more difficult. But if you're doing like EV cars, then it's just going to be the latest kind of trending topic. Cyber truck updates. I don't know why those always do well. So
yeah.
But yeah, I would say just keep modeling what's working well in those channels. Not every video you make and replicate is going to hit. But the goal is to at least get 1 video per week that does really take off.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I'll keep at it. Thank you.
Yeah. But I want to take another look at your channel, because I think it's been a few weeks. So
it hasn't been that long. It's been maybe a week and a half.
Oh, it has. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yep.
Thanks.
Lance.
Yes, hello. Hi, can you hear me?
Yep. How's it going?
Not bad. How are you?
Good.
Good.
How can I help?
I was here for about a week so far. So I have a couple of questions. I hope you answer them. So
yeah, of course.
When I created a channel, I chose to go into the luxury niche. Is that still a good niche to go into? Because you also used it in your examples as well, but I chose it before I saw all your videos. So I want to know if that's still good, or should I choose something else if it's not trending anymore?
Yeah, luxury is good. It's just we take a different approach to it now, previous to how we did it like maybe a year ago or a year and a half ago. How we do luxury now is we have you make more general topics for about 2 to 3 weeks. Supercars, jets, luxury watches, mansions, right? So you go kind of wide and then you see what hits on your channel, what's taking off, and then you
Okay.
sub niche down into that particular niche.
Okay.
Lately, what's been working well is like private jets and luxury watches. Those have been would have been taking off for current clients. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So that's fine. Okay. The other thing is, so I did reach out to ask for a script writer, voice actor, and editor.
Okay.
Your team did provide one script writer, so I'm planning to have a meeting tomorrow. I haven't received the other two yet. It says it takes about 6 to 8, 7, 5 to 6, 7 business days. It hasn't been that yet. So
Okay.
my question is, one, how do I onboard the team? Should I wait till the whole team? I figured I shouldn't wait. I was gonna speak with the script writer tomorrow. And yeah, what's the process in terms of onboarding? I know you have the NDA. I'll speak about that. I'll set up Asana and have the standards of operation, but I don't know what else to say about that.
Yeah, no. Yeah, and thank you for being patient too. We got a
Right.
little backed up. So what I would say is the script writer, that's fine. You could onboard them, have them sign the NDA, and also have them get started on five video ideas and scripts.
Mhm.
So I would start there, like make sure you could train them how to find video ideas for you, or you could find them yourself and say, okay, you can get started on these 5.
Okay.
And have them get started, because scriptwriter goes first. Then
Okay.
the next piece of the puzzle is the voiceover, because once the scriptwriter has a script, then the voiceover, they're going to hand it off to the voiceover in a Google Drive to then record the voiceover. And then the editor is last, who kind of pieces everything together, puts the voiceover on top of the clips and images. So yeah, and
Okay.
we should hand off in that order. So I think you'll
Right.
get your editor and voiceover at a similar time.
Okay. So then this goes into the other question, which I asked in the Facebook group earlier. Some people gave their opinion or how they go about doing it. How do I schedule them? Because in your training, you only had I think an editor and a voice actor. So, and it seemed like the editor was the scriptwriter as well. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And you were
Back
the
when,
ones, but yeah.
when I filmed that was at the very beginning. We didn't have script writers. It wasn't part of the process. I was
Mhm.
having the editor or the voiceover or the editor, really either one, kind of pull the script and paraphrase. But because of copyright issues and just playing it safer, that's when I decided, okay, we need to onboard script writers. So with the scheduling, I would give the script writer at least 1 day per script.
Okay.
Or even better, like I kind of try to push the script writers to get done with 5 scripts within like 3 to 4 days, so that the voiceover the voiceover is easy. That my voiceovers, they could do all the voiceovers in 1 day, and hand them off to the editor, and then the editor at least has a few days to bust out those videos.
So, but that's the thing, like this is the way I was trying to figure out the schedule. I figure that the scriptwriter, it has to be ahead. So like the scriptwriter is like a week ahead then, right? Because I couldn't see how you could fit it within a week. One person suggested that you can a way to do it in a week, but it seems to me that's really tight. And if one thing's off, then it throws everybody off, right? Like if it's, so I figured, okay, well, the scriptwriter first do all this stuff, and it's for the next week that the voiceover actor and the editor will edit for that. So
Yeah.
it sounds like with your timing, it sounds like that if give them like 4 days, because if it's 4 days, that means it's from Sunday to like what, Wednesday? That's not enough time. It'll 1 week before. Yeah.
It's pretty tight. But yes, because once the scriptwriter's done with the first week set, They're pretty much just sitting there waiting. So yeah, what I have them do is I have them go ahead and start on the following week.
Okay,
Yeah.
then I'll schedule it that way, like a week ahead kind of thing.
Yep.
Anything else?
And then you should have
Oh.
2 weeks in the bag, like of 2 weeks of content, just
Right.
a buffer room too. Yeah.
Right. And you said in the videos that as soon as you're well, actually you could start putting up videos before you're monetized, right?
Yeah,
Like
of course.
Okay, you
Yep.
start doing that before you monetize while you're doing that 70-minute video. And I think I guess one of the major questions I had was you talk about you could structure your business so it's scalable and structure it as well that you could sell it later, right? I want to know how that is done, because when you start off at the beginning with a channel, it's fine because you're not monetized yet. But as soon as you have to attach AdSense, you could choose either personal or business, right? I already have a business, and I was going to attach, which I already do have another YouTube channel. I was going to just attach this one to it, and the business also does other activities. However, I would like to have the option to sell this later on, but I don't want to sell my business. I just want to sell the channel. So I wanted to know how to structure that. So it's not like, oh, well, the channel is associated with the business, you have to sell the business. So yeah,
just make sure that channel is on a separate Gmail account with its own password, so you could hand that off. And then the person who purchases the channel on the other end can then switch in their own AdSense account.
Well, that's all you have to do.
Yep.
And then I guess any legal things to say that it's not under. Is there anything legal that you have to do with your business at all, really? Because it's just your AdSense is just associated to your business, right? There's no any legal attachment or anything like that, right?
Yeah, no, the channel's associated to whatever AdSense account is linked there. And then once it switches, that's, once you hand it off, of course, you'll have to draft up a document of some sort. I would have a legal professional help you with that. But once the channel's sold, then it's their responsibility. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I have lawyers for that. Okay, that's fine then. I think that's all my major questions for now then.
Okay.
Well,
perfect.
Yeah, one other thing, I guess, sorry about that.
Yeah, no worries.
So on the onboarding part of the scriptwriter, that's when I fill out the Asana, the structure, and I just show them, go through that with them, and then I give the training videos of how to get scripts and transcribe them, and also like the video idea. You just take the video, just point them to the Google Drive that's on the link, right? That's all I have to do for the training. Yeah.
I would just kind of walk them through what it looks like to be a script writer on your team, kind of the expectations, when the due dates, where do the files are uploaded, pretty much it's kind of intensive training. Like at first I want you to set your expectations for them so that they know, like, this is what Lance expects from me. Because I can only go so far in the training, and like obviously we do our best to when we're interviewing them, and also walking them through the process of what it looks like to kind of know what to do. But just show them how Asana works, and then where the Google Drives are, and the due dates, and what you expect. Yep. Right.
I do have one more note. Sorry about that. In your videos, you were showing different versions of using micro workers, and then you said, okay, well, Pico workers work better. And then later on, you showed one of your strategies of going to a trending video, make a comment, and then sending micro workers to that comment within the first 24 hours. Can you use Pico workers to do that, or should you use micro workers? Because you show the video of what to do with the micro workers. I mean, Pico workers, I don't know how you would do the same type of stuff, and it's time sensitive, right? You have to do everything really quickly for it to work, the strategy to work, right? Yeah, I've never done a
Sproutgigs. It's called Sproutgigs now. I've never done a Sproutgigs order for that particular service, but I'm sure it's the same type of thing, because it's just a comment and engagement. So I'm pretty sure you can just copy paste the directions into Sproutgigs and have them do it. The reason I recommend Sproutgigs is because they have auto approval right away. So you don't have to ask for it. On microworkers, you have to ask the admins, the support, hey, can you allow auto approval so that when you submit the order, it starts right away versus in 8 hours or 24 hours, which is too late, especially for that viral comment strategy that you have to do within, I would say like within 30 minutes. It has to be
30 minutes. Okay.
Yeah, like right when you post the comment, and then you go search for that video in an incognito window and you search newest comments, yours should be up at the top, depending on how viral that video is going. So in order for the sproutgigs workers to find that comment right away, it still has to be up at the top.
Okay. So it's not Pico workers anymore, it's called sproutgigs.
It's called sproutgigs, but the old name was Pico Workers. It used to be called Pico Workers. They just did a whole brand change.
Rebranding thing. Okay.
Yeah.
So SPROUT gigs, right? GIGS. Okay.
Yep.
All right. All right. I think those are my questions for now.
All right, cool. Awesome. Matthew says, anyone having any luck with Marketer Roam? The order they closed, I ordered and they closed the order as I finished with just 1/4 done. And then the 1,000 hours disappeared from YouTube. Yeah, I'm not sure if anyone recently has used Marketer Roam, but I know that someone mentioned it. I think it was Kevin or Kev. He mentioned that the 4,000 watch hours is in there. That's why I updated everyone that Marketer Roam had that order. But yeah, as of recent news, I'm not sure. If anyone wants to chime in, I don't know if anyone's used Marketer Roam recently, like within the past 7 days. But yeah, and that brings me on to the topic too. If Marketer Roam doesn't have the 4,000 watch hours for any reason, like in the next 2 days, let me check Instant Fans real quick to see if they even, I don't think they got it back. You can search other SMM panels. Okay, so if you go onto Google, you type in SMM panel, there on the first page of Google, there will be a bunch of other services just like Instant Fans and Marketer Roam that you can see if they have the 4,000 watch hours. Let me see. I'm checking Instant Fans right now. Yeah, it doesn't look like Instant Fans got them back either. Yeah. Oh well. But yeah, just let me know if you find any other SMM panels that are good. Jennifer.
Hey there. Sorry for my voice. I'm getting over a cold.
Oh no. Hope you feel better soon.
It's given me plenty of downtime to work on my channel.
Hey, that's a positive, right? So
on the voiceover with the Filipino accent, is that an issue in converting videos or stickiness on videos?
I haven't found that it's an issue. One thing that you could do and that I advise is you hire a female actress. Sometimes the females, their accent isn't as thick as some of the male voiceovers. So that's one like quick tip that you could do. But no, I haven't found that. And if you don't like, if the accent's really thick and you really don't like them, you could always request a new voiceover from us as well.
No. I mean, I have multiple immediate family members that are Filipino. I love the accent. I was just
okay.
my sister, my stepmother, they're speak Tagalog as their first language. So
yeah,
a lot of affinity. I'm born and raised in Hawaii, a lot of affinity for the culture. So but I was just wondering that literally on the conversion on the videos and protocol wise, like if somebody says like character and I've got the emphasis on the wrong syllable, can I send it back to them and with a coaching of it's character and have them redo it? Is that protocol wise acceptable?
Yeah, I would definitely give them feedback on certain pronunciations. And I've done that too. And I'm half Filipino as well. My mom was born there. So, it's like no hard feelings. It's just like, you just got to definitely give them feedback. Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
It's really easy to change that too, because it's just a short piece in the voiceover that the editor can swap it out. It's very easy.
So they just restate that one sentence the word is in and they're good to go.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
The building up the backlog, I was thinking of doing like 20 videos in the bank before I launch. Is that excessive or is that okay?
No, I think that's great. I've gotten as far ahead as 3 months before just to be safe. But yeah, 20 videos I think is great. But anything more than that, I think is a little excessive, especially when you're just beginning, because you just want to get the channel rolling. So I think that's fine.
Switching the AdSense or anything like that from personal to business doesn't jeopardize the channel or anything, right? When I switch it over to an LLC.
It doesn't jeopardize the channel, but if you're having issues, because I went through the same issue way a long time ago, and what happened was I tried to make a business AdSense, and it wasn't getting approved by Google because I didn't have a tax return history on this particular LLC. So if it doesn't have at least one tax return, for some reason, it doesn't pop up into Google's database, and they weren't approving it. So I had like $10,000 just sitting there ready to be paid out. But because my AdSense wasn't approved by Google, I had to switch it back to personal so I can get paid out. So that's the only hiccup there. If you do choose to create another AdSense, what I would do is create another channel, get that channel monetized, start an AdSense account on that particular channel for business, and see if it gets approved for your business. And then you could, once it gets approved, you could switch it to your first channel. You could connect it to your first channel.
So the issue was that you were trying to take a personal channel that was already cash flowing, switch it to biz, and they went, that doesn't sound legit. But if you just started as biz the first time, they weren't requiring the 1 year of tax returns.
No, I'm trying to remember what was.
Do they need an EIN number already in existence to create a biz account in the first place?
Yeah, they need an EIN. Yeah.
So would I take my existing LLC that I run all my other businesses under and just go ahead and associate it to this and just start biz, and then can I switch it to a different business later and give them a different EIN once it cash flows and I want to separate them?
Okay, so I remember what happened. I tried to switch my personal AdSense to a business AdSense. You can't do that. You have to start a new AdSense account. That's what happened. Okay. So that's why I said if you start, because that's what I did. I set up my second channel, and then I started a new business AdSense on that particular Gmail account. And then I was able to get approved and link it to the first channel. Yeah.
Okay. But you had to have the EIN in place to get that business AdSense account.
Yep. You got to have an EIN. Yeah.
Okay. On the mindset, on luxury, you were talking about like jets and watches and then niching down. Do the mindset videos, like 15 rich mindsets or anything like that, do those actually have traction as well?
I think it's a little, if the title's like 15 rich mindsets, it's definitely too general. Now, if you're linking it to, if you're trying to rank for a certain speaker, Ed Milet, I don't know, Robert Kiyosaki, someone like that is talking about that, then you have a better chance of ranking. But if your title is just 15 mindsets to become wealthy, it's too general. That's not going to get as much traction as you'd like.
Okay.
Yeah, just make sure to, if you're going to do that, more mindset motivation topics, it has to be linked to a speaker so that you can piggyback off their name, and that's going to be the keyword that you're trying to rank for. So does that make sense?
It does. Where do you put their name? Like in the title of this, or like keywords or a link somewhere?
I would put it in the title, description, and the tags. So if the title was like 15 mindsets to become wealthy, parentheses, Robert Kiyosaki, close parentheses, so that at least his name is in the title somewhere so that we could rank for it. And then in the description, I put in this video, Robert Kiyosaki explains the different mindsets you need to have. And then in the tags, I would also try to put his name as well. Robert Kiyosaki motivation, Robert Kiyosaki mindset, that kind of stuff.
Okay. Thank you. Those are all my questions.
Yep. Cool. Lance.
Yeah, so I had another question. So I plan to have a few channels. I'm just starting out right now, so obviously I have to focus on one. Is I saw like in the group, and I think you mentioned in your videos as well that you monetize like 2 other channels when you need them. Should I start doing that now? Like just monetize some other channels, and when I need them, I just start focus on them. For example, like when my other channel starts becoming cash flow positive, start using that to start working on the others. Is that should I start doing that now?
Yeah, so about that, the monetization, if you, let's just say you get a channel monetized, the moment it gets monetized, you have, I believe it's 6 months, maybe a little sooner, maybe 120 days, but let's just say 6 months, to start posting content on that channel, or else YouTube has the right to then demonetize it because nothing's been posted on there for 6 months. So that's one caveat, but yes, because the reason I do have monetized channels in the back end just sitting there waiting for me is because of instances like this, which we've never had before. Like throughout all of Cashflow channels, we've never had instant fans not have the 4,000 watch time hours, which is very rare. This has happened to me pre-coaching on this topic. It's happened to me a few times. That's why I'm like, I always have monetized channels sitting there ready to go for instances like that. So that's why I would have it too, just because sometimes, you know, these SMM panels don't have that 4,000 watch hour order.
Okay. Yeah. And my other question is that while I was thinking of in watching the videos, I was thinking of also doing a motivation channel, and then I saw under one of the videos say like motivation's not good anymore because or there's copyright issues using people's voices or clips. So my question, can you still do motivation? Is it still a good topic? Just avoid using clips or using actual voices, or should you avoid it completely? And if you can do motivation, what can you do, or how would you approach it?
So I've seen 2 clients that have had a lot of success in motivation in this group, and one of them has motivational quote channels. Okay. So it'll be like, you know, the top 10 quotes from I don't know, Nietzsche or some just, you know, some famous philosopher. So that works. And then I have another client that it's in the motivation, but it's more like male motivation. So it's in the like, I don't know what you want to call it, like red pill kind of masculine, you know, teaching men how to be like more alpha and more masculine per se. So that was interesting too. Very, very sub niche, but they were getting a lot of traction. So I was actually surprised because I never seen any client do it before, but it's technically I would put that in like motivation, mindset, that kind of stuff.
Okay. So those sound kind of niche of the motivation, like
very niche. Yeah.
So how would, in a case like those, I don't even know who are they modeling after, because yeah.
So like the quotes channel, I did put one channel you could model in there. It's a pretty big channel. Yeah, let me put it in the direct message here, everyone in the meeting. So it's just called quotes, literally the channel's called quotes. Yeah, that would be a great example of you know, motivational quotes, philosopher quotes. That's more general motivational quotes. The other channel that I'm talking about, like the client has, is very niche, very niche.
Okay. Yeah, I definitely won't be doing that one. But okay. Okay. Thanks a lot.
Yep.
Oh, one question, sorry, before that. So that quote channel, like if I were to do something like that, I would still tell, like if I get on board by scriptwriter to go and find the channels and do the transcript myself, I still will look at channels like this or try to find like 5 others or 3 to 5 others of it like this, and they still just look at the transcript and do it. They don't have to do research and find quotes on it. They're all, do they?
No, I mean, really, like that's the beauty of that particular niche, because those quotes are not, owned by that particular channel, right? So yeah, really, you could just reorganize. Like maybe you put their first quote, you put it somewhere in the middle of your script.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yep. Jade, did you have more questions?
I do.
Cool.
Okay, so let me go to my Google Doc. Okay, so I'm only doing, like, when I read your stuff, I'm only doing exactly where I'm at, so I'm not ahead. So one of the things I heard today was that I have to have an EIN to do this. So I operate all my business under my Social Security. So do I need to get an EIN to monetize?
No. So what I would do though is when you're applying for the AdSense account, when you're opening that up, just select personal, since it's under your Social Security.
So looking ahead, like, okay, so we're gonna assume that I'm gonna make a lot of money, and then eventually I'm gonna need. I've been in LLC. I've been in a corporation before, and then and getting back to that person's question early on, it's like, yeah, once you surpass a certain amount, it just makes more sense to be corporate versus to be incorporated versus LLC sometimes. But what?
Well, it's just, I mean, just like the way you're taxed, because like for me,
Yeah. What it's like,
I'm an LLC as well.
Oh, you're an LLC and an incorporated?
No, I'm an LLC, but I'm taxed as an S corp.
Okay. So, okay, looking ahead, should I had an LLC going, and then I closed it just because it wasn't like worth it, because I wasn't making that much money. I want to set up my the AdSense so that I don't have problems later on. Should I be an LLC and get an EIN? What's the best way to start so there's no problems?
I wouldn't worry about it right now. I wouldn't worry about the LLC. I would just get started, and you could just have it under your personal, and then later on, because you do have multiple channels on one of your monetized channels, you can create an AdSense from that particular Gmail account for your business when you do have one.
So say if I have my 4 channels and I've monetized them all on my personal, then how would I then change it to a business?
So let's just say for channel 1, you use that Gmail account to open up personal AdSense account, right?
Yeah.
And you have channel 2, 3, and 4 tied to that AdSense. Well, channel 4 has a different email.
Yeah.
So you can log into adsense.google.com with that Gmail account, and you'll notice that you can start a fresh new AdSense account because you're monetized on that channel. So you'll start this new AdSense, you'll put your business information, and then now you could tie channel 1, 2, and 3, and 4 to that AdSense account.
Okay, so because I was hearing maybe it's better to start. So just start personal and not worry about the LLC or the EIN.
Yeah, I wouldn't complicate it. Yeah, because it's really like, I didn't even really want to start a new one until my tax person was like, well, you're bringing this in this much money, you probably should just have everything coming to your EIN. So that's why I did that.
Okay, so my next question, thank you, is there a way in any kind of analytics to find the gender of who's watching the videos? Like,
yeah, there's in your YouTube Studio dashboard, if you click on analytics and then you click on audience.
Like not my channel, but like on someone else's channel.
Oh, someone else's channel? I don't think so. No, I don't think so.
Okay, because that was part of my research, like when I was doing it. Okay.
I mean, you could look at their comments, but
okay, gotcha. Okay, so that's a way. Okay, my last question is so good to know. I can, once I start having my channel up, I can see what gender people or what information about the person. Okay, so I wanted to make, I have a music channel and I wanted to make it live, right? And so the only thing I saw was the word premiere. Is that the same as live?
Premiere is, so it'll show your thumbnail in the news feed, but it'll say goes live at XYZ time. So it'll kind of show your video, like your thumbnail, and people could actually comment on the video, but they can't watch it.
Oh, so but I did live premiere and I hit it now.
Oh, yeah, I've never done that before.
So how do you do live then?
How do you go live?
Yeah,
I
didn't see it.
I'm pretty sure what you click, like live premiere, that's going to be, if you click in the top right, let me show you on my screen.
I only saw like,
if you click here, do you see this?
Yeah, create.
And then go live.
Oh.
Yeah, you could do that.
Oh, is
So
that but first you have to upload the video. Oh, you upload it by going live.
Yeah, you go live, and then it kind of redirects you to what I used before. I've gone live a couple times, like only on my personal channel back in the day, but I used like OBS Studio. I'm not sure how to stream a live pre-recorded video. I had one of a client do that. I had a client try live streaming for 24 hours straight, but you would have to look that up. I don't know how he did it. I'm pretty sure he used OBS Studio.
Because like a lot of the music channels, they're all like live, right? Like they're putting their music live as it's happening. So I thought, so you're saying they're not pre-recorded?
No, you're able to kind of have these pre-recorded videos. So what he did was he was in one of the financial niches, and he wanted to see if he clipped every single one of his previous uploads together and made it one long video for 24 hours to see how it would perform. And he did that. So they were pre-recorded videos. Okay, but it was like live. I don't know how he did it.
Okay, so in summary, I'm not fully clear. So if I have a pre-recorded video and it's at 2 hours long and I want it to go live, I go under the button that you showed me, create video, and hit live.
Yeah, but you're gonna need a some sort of software like OBS Studio to play the video on your screen of some sort, because it's gonna be like showing your screen. So I don't really know how to do it. I would say look it up.
I don't need to do it. But so then what did I do today when I hit Premiere?
So Premiere just shows your video in the news feed as like either you're scheduling it out as a premiere. So it'll say premiere will be on Thursday at 7 p.m. Or if you clicked like premiere now, then in the news feed, it'll just show like under your thumbnail, premiering live now. Okay. So is there any benefit? There's no benefit to that. No, I've tested it. It doesn't do anything. Okay. Good to know. Okay, good. Well, thank you. I think I'm good. I have one more technical question about Google, but I want to, I don't know if any other people have questions.
I just wanted to interject on the live thing. On the live thing. What we're doing right now is live. So
this is live.
Right.
That's why you click the live button on YouTube if you want to have a real time video and having people comment. So I don't know if you're confusing it, Jade, or not.
I think, well, I understand that what using live, but what I see I'm doing a lot of music channels, and they have their 10-hour sleep music, and it's at 5. Yeah, but so Mike, and like that in the music space, it's like those live videos, they're not actually playing the music right then and there. They have some like pre-recorded set that they're streaming live, but it's not really live. And so you're saying they're using some other program, like something. Yeah. So I'm
Yeah,
Okay.
they're using like OBS Studio or some program that can live stream a pre-recorded music set. Yeah.
And do you have any idea if there's any benefit to that?
In the music space, yeah, because you're going to rank, like if you're doing live meditation or like lo-fi beats or something, you're going to, for some reason in the music space, they rank the live streams for
Okay, so I
keywords
should
up
look
very
into that
high.
then. Oh, and so it's called OBS.
OBS Studio, that's the only one I know.
Okay, good. So
But
then this, it was worth me asking this because because when I look at all those music stations, it's like, oh, that's cool. Let me check it out. It's live, you know.
I would look up on YouTube how they do it though.
Oh, look, someone just Lance just sent it to me.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So I have a technical question about Google, and maybe anybody on this call can answer. So I did at first I had all my I'm sort of launching in a sense, one at a time, but I'm created four channels. And so I created a separate Gmail for all of them. And now when I go log into them, if a whole new Google window pops up with a different color, and then it doesn't have any of my links in it, and it's a real pain. Like I don't want it. Does anyone know how to put all of mine into so it doesn't jump like that, or is that the way it's going to do it? Is everyone experiencing that?
So yeah, there's a way to do it. Let me show you. So you're clicking up here. You see this little icon?
Yeah, and when
right.
I click up there, right, I see all the ones that I've decided to show in my.
Yeah, you want to sign in by clicking here. Clicking there.
I should. So what you're saying is I should sign in to four. I should be signed into all my 4 accounts at the same time.
Right here. Yeah,
right.
Not up here, not up there.
Okay, because I'm only signed into one of my accounts.
So these are called profiles, and when you open Google Chrome, you can open each Google Chrome window in a separate profile. So that's what so before I started my channel, I had my own personal Gmail account, and now I've created a separate one. I kind of gave it a different color scheme so I could differentiate when I'm looking at my personal, Gmail account versus my YouTube account, and that way you can manage 4 separate windows and kind of be in their own kind of separate environment, profile wise.
Right, and I don't want to do that because that kind of drives me crazy. So
I don't think there's a way around that. I mean, there are separate accounts, so there's no way to combine them all. In Google's eyes, they're separate entities. So with what Ryan just said,
you could sign into all 4 Gmails in one you just have to do it like I showed you, not on the profile icon, but the actual Gmail icon. Yeah, I get what you're saying, Jade, because it's annoying if you have 4 different profiles, you have to go to open 4 different windows to log into your channels versus having them all in one. Yeah. So just
worth it for the protection. It's worth it. But you don't have to sign out of your Gmail accounts. You can stay signed in, and it reduces that step.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Jennifer.
So what? Say it again. I'm sorry, I missed that.
You don't have to sign out of your Gmail accounts. You can stay signed into all 4. It helps just
right. So I think what I'm hearing is that I could stay at all 4 with one of the men said he prefers it, or what I could, like Ryan said, go to the bottom of the 2 and just log into have all my 4 accounts logged into that one tab so that I can just click on it and do that. Okay, I'm going to try that.
Yeah. Yep. But okay, cool. And was that all, Jade?
That's all, yeah, for today.
Okay, cool. Did anyone else have any other questions?
I just wanted to thank you for all the support, and especially
of course.
Yeah, the weekly call is great. I've just started joining them, but also the hiring, the talent acquisition, how much time I've done hiring in other companies, and it's really amazing. So thank you for the support. Let's get started.
I appreciate the feedback. Yeah, I wanted to, because for me that was really hard too at the beginning, and Louisa and Elaine make it so easy.
Good deal. Yeah, thank you so much.
Yes, thank you. Awesome.
All right, cool. Well, if we don't have any more questions, we'll wrap it up here, and I'll upload the recording tonight. I know there's a lot of messages I got to get back to, so I'll try to bust those out tonight. Okay. Thank you, everyone.
Okay, bye.
All right. Take care. Have a good week.